Good evening. With the Guyana Learning Channel's News in Capsule for Thursday, November 18, 2021, I am Kingsley Bryan. Here's a look at some of the top stories we will be covering this evening. We'll tell you first that flights to Brazil and Suriname are expected to resume. Arrangements for rail travel remain the same. Hinterland Housing Program begins in 2022. The program's cost has been pegged at $700 million. Also, Camarang gets new water supply system. Community now receives potable water for the first time. And in news from the region, Barbados to establish a metaverse embassy. First of its kind as agreement signed with Decentraland. And on the international scene, a state of emergency has been declared in British Columbia after major storm in the province caused major damages. And now for the news in detail. After flights between Guyana and Brazil were suspended in January due to the surge in COVID-19 infections, and later a new variant of the coronavirus in that, Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony has revealed that flights between the two countries are now permitted again. Dr. Anthony made this disclosure during his daily COVID-19 update on Thursday in response to a question posed by a reporter. The health minister, however, clarified that the air travel arrangement Guyana has with Brazil is not different from the requirements of other international travelers. That is, individuals traveling to Guyana must be fully vaccinated and must present a negative result from either a PCR or antigen COVID-19 test. The Takatu Bridge was closed for more than 1 year, prompted by the COVID-19 pandemic, and countries need to protect populations from the cross-country spread of the novel virus. The Thursday arrangement was instituted to allow Region 9 to receive supplies from Brazil. Meanwhile, the government, through Central Housing and Planning Authority, the CHNPA, will be recommencing its Hinterland Housing Program early next year. The program carries a value of $700 million. This was announced by Minister of Housing and Water, Colin Crowell, during a community meeting at Wauna Village in Region 1. He noted that some 100 families in communities in Regions 1, 7, 8, and 9 will benefit from the construction of homes and home improvement subsidies under the program. Minister Crowell noted that the program will address the housing needs in hinterland communities. It forms part of the government's policy of ensuring hinterland communities benefit from the same services as those on the coast. He, however, explained that the program differs from the housing construction program being implemented on the coast, where persons are paying for the homes through the banks. In addition to home ownership, the program will stimulate the local village economy since local labor and materials will be used. Stakeholders' engagements and participation will also be embraced throughout the project. Residents will also have an input in the design and selection of the project. The implementation of the Hinterland Housing Project will utilize a model similar to the Inter-American Development Bank funded Sustainable Housing for the Hinterland program that was previously implemented by the CHNPA. The program was successful in improving the living conditions of over 500 hinterland households in Regions 1 and Regions 9. Then, the number of hinterland communities gaining access to potable water continues to climb, with Camarang in Region 7 being the most recent addition to the list. Close to 700 persons are now benefiting from a water supply system, which was commissioned on Wednesday, November 17, by Minister of Housing and Water, the Honorable Colin Crowell. Minister Crowell told the residents that prior to the commissioning ceremony, he made a visit to Jawala, where a team had already mobilized to commence the drilling of a new well. He explained that the completion of that system, as well as the one in Camarang, will result in a 70% potable water coverage for Region 7. Meanwhile, plans are in the pipeline for a new well in Warawata in 2022. These villages can also expect a GWI sub-regional manager to overlook the systems within the region in the new year, the minister said. Prior to the establishment of the water system in Camarang, villages depended on water from the Camarang River and the rain. The Housing and Water Minister noted that over time the river has become an unreliable source of water for domestic purposes. since it is constantly being contaminated due to mining activities in the area. The minister extended his appreciation to the Guyana Defense Force for their assistance in significantly reducing the cost to transport materials into far-flung areas. The water system was constructed at a total cost of 45 million Guyana dollars and funded by the government of Guyana under its 2021 budget. The new water supply system will provide first-time access to potable water for 95% of the community, including the hospital, schools, RDC office, other public buildings, and residents. And now turn our attention to the world of sports. We'll tell you that Guyana is set to participate at the Junior Pan American Games in Santiago de Cali in Colombia from November 26 to November 29, 2021. The 2021 Junior Pan American Games is an international multi-sport event for athletes aged 17 to 22 in the Americas. National badminton players Priyana Ramdani, Akili Haynes, and Tyrese Jeffrey will be competing in the games. National player Narayan Ramdani, who is over the age limit, will be accompanying the players as their coach in place of the late Gokarn Ramdani. The three athletes will be competing in the singles competition, with Priyana and Akili competing in the mixed doubles segment. A statement from the Guyana Badminton Association noted that over the past 2 months, the players have been engaged in rigorous training to prepare for the tournament. End of quote. And that was extracted and modified from the newsroom. And in news from the region, Barbados' Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade has signed an agreement with one of the world's leading blockchain metaverse platforms, Decentraland, to outline the baseline development elements for its metaverse embassy. The signing happened on Sunday, November 14, 2021. This comes after the government of Barbados' cabinet approved the establishment of the world's first metaverse embassy 3 months ago, on August 12, 2021. The Metaverse Embassy demonstrates Barbados' leadership in pivoting diplomacy and international relations into the technology age. The statement is issued by the Barbados' ambassador to the United Arab Emirates. His Excellency Gabriel Abed says that establishing an embassy in the metaverse, a virtual world, is an innovative move and a world first for a government. Barbados' Metaverse Embassy will be at the center of activities to advance the growth of stronger bilateral relationships with governments globally. It launches in the wake of COVID-19, disrupting traditional diplomatic channels, and at a time when Barbados is reimagining itself as a world hub for digital transformation and technology innovation. It launches in the wake of COVID-19, disrupting traditional diplomatic channels, and at a time when Barbados is reimaging itself as a world hub for digital transformation and technology innovation. The Metaverse Embassy is being championed by Abed, who is also a world-renowned pioneer in the field of central bank digital currency and blockchain technology. The government of Barbados will continue to establish and maintain physical embassies and will use the Metaverse Embassy as an opportunity to pioneer the evolution of global diplomacy beyond the physical world. Although most details have not been revealed, the ambassador did say that e-consular services will be a core feature, alongside with a virtual teleporter, which will be built in Barbados' Metaverse Embassy, connecting all meta worlds as a gesture of diplomatic unification between technology platforms. And that story was extracted and modified from Loop Caribbean News. And on the international scene, a state of emergency has been declared in the Canadian western province of British Columbia after a major storm cut road and rail links in the region. The Canadian Armed Forces have been deployed to help thousands of stranded residents who have been trapped since the storm hit overnight on Sunday. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau pledged assistance during a visit to Washington, D.C., and said troops would help rebuild. One woman was killed in a landslide and 2 people are missing. Officials expect more fatalities to be confirmed in the coming days. One man who caught up in the storm told the BBC the scenes afterwards were like Armageddon. Thousands of farm animals have died and many more remain trapped by the floodwaters after the storm passed through one of Canada's most agriculturally intensive areas. Some 20,000 people are yet to return to their homes after an atmospheric river a long strip of moisture in the air that transports water from tropical areas towards the poles, dumped the region's monthly rainfall average in 24 hours. British Columbia Premier John Horgan announced a 2-week emergency order on Wednesday in order to keep people off flooded roads and expedite rescues. Helicopters on Wednesday dropped food supplies to stranded mountain communities after slides destroyed roads and floods submerged major highways. The thing is, more rain is in the forecast. And that was extracted and modified from CNN. And that's our news broadcast for Thursday, November 18, 2021. Please join us for a rebroadcast tomorrow morning. On behalf of myself and technical teams, thanks for watching. Please stay tuned to our regular programming and remember to observe all the necessary precautionary methods to fight off COVID-19. Please get vaccinated. It is the only known safe and healthy way to fight the virus. Have a safe evening, everyone.